And also, it would be a bigger pay-per-view if you wait later because he just doesn't. His name is not that big, but I don't give a fuck. We're at 75. I'm gonna go with this fight, see what happens next, and then I'm telling you guys, this fight's gonna happen sooner or later.
David Benavidez has once again shunned the fight with David Morrell. Mexican Monster thinks that this fight should be reserved for the time when he becomes the undisputed champion at light heavyweight. David Benavidez has recently shared an intriguing post about his return to the ring, but at that point, there was no clue of his next opponent. The Mexican Monster shared, "Cooking up something big for y'all for my next fight. Stay tuned." Benavidez's fans misjudged this quote and considered it to be a big fight against David Morrell. Morrell also took notice of this and came with a sharp reply, but Benavidez has taken a smooth turn and expressed why a fight with Morrell doesn't make much sense at this point.
Because if you see it too, you look at the landscape of 175 and PBC, there's not really that much guys at 175.
But recently, it looked like the ice was melting, and Benavidez was seen reaching out towards Morrell. Sources even say that he contacted a representative of PBC and requested to fight Cuba's unbeaten light heavyweight. Benavidez admitted, "I don't want to fight somebody who doesn't mean something for my career. I only want to fight the best available. The best out there now is David Morrell." David Morrell has also shown his interest in fighting with Benavidez. He has made various call-outs stating that he is ready for the smoke. One of them was right after his previous win, in which Benavidez was sitting in the ringside. A PBC official has disclosed some very important information relating to this fight. He had an extended discussion with Boxing Scene that an offer was made by Benavidez to land this fight in December. Unfortunately, both fighters couldn't reach a fair deal. This spokesperson further shared, "What's so nice about this is that it's the boxer making the decision. He's the one reaching out to make the fight. Since both boxers fight under the Premier Boxing Champions banner, this was a win-win fight for Al Haymon and his company." PBC had no problem with this fight until Benavidez sought out a replacement in Jessie Hart. The boxing official said further, "PBC loves the Benavidez-Morrell fight. Everybody loves the fight because it's the best possible fight. Morrell has a big mouth, and he's said things before. Things like Benavidez has chickened out from fighting him, so we expect this offer to be accepted." The official further disclosed that Benavidez was considering fighting Philadelphia's 35-year-old Jessie Hart for a long time. Jessie has been inactive for the last 3 years, but holds an impressive record of 31 wins and 3 losses. PBC hopes to generate a big revenue with this fight as well. The official said further, "I imagine Benavidez will get more money. He's the A fighter, but I think both guys will do well. It'll be a good pay-per-view." David Benavidez has confirmed this in a recently deleted Instagram story, which was filled with typo errors. He mentioned that he's fighting Jessie Hart next rather than WBA regular light heavyweight champion David Morrell. However, Benavidez keeps Morrell on his hit list and considers him a future opponent. He wrote, "I will be fighting Jessie Hart next, not Morrell, but Morrell is a future opponent." Morrell also has a sweet and sour relationship with Team Benavidez. Due to his Latin origin, he is in the good book of Jose Benavidez Sr. Here is an example of their mutual respect and love.
How is it to see Jose congratulate you for your...
Nah, man, like it's only for Benavidez, no hands, so but no, he's a good guy. I respect Benavidez, no, so I respect, but I want to fight hands. Everybody wanted this fight.
Jose Benavidez Sr. also admired Morrell's efforts in the ring. He recently caught Morrell and shed these words of admiration. "I would say he's a great fighter, man. We want to fight him now because he's getting better and better. And you know what? We are going to make this fight. People want to see this." David Morrell also shared similar sentiments. He admired his light heavyweight opponent's path to glory and reckoned him as the best fighter at 168 and 175 pounds, and concluded, "No more questions. This fight is coming. Maybe not right now, not this year, but this fight is coming." Similarly, Morrell's coach, Ronnie Shields, also welcomed this fight in a distinct future. The legendary trainer had no clue about this fight's timeline at the end of this year.
So I wanted to get your thoughts. Any news that you could offer or any insights as to where David might be going with this Morrell fight, and is it actually going to happen?
Not that I know of. Nobody's called me about it, so I have no idea.
Shield thinks that his fighter is ready to challenge anybody in the division. Morrell wants to grab a fight at the end of this year. Ronnie predicted Morrell's win over Benavidez in any condition and said, "It's a great fight, man. Because Benavidez, he brings a lot. He comes forward and throws a lot of punches. So, you know my guy. He's a boxer, but he can fight too. And it'll be a great fight in the middle of the ring." Here is a brief overview of Benavidez's journey into the light heavyweight division and how strong are his chances to fight Morrell in the future. As it was discovered that Canelo Alvarez Alvarez won't be fighting anytime soon, the youngster moved up to 175. However, Benavidez has his sights set on another opponent. Shortly, he grabbed the biggest fight of his career after beating Oleksandr Gvozdyk. WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has confirmed this news. He recently announced the WBC has just received a letter from Samson Lukowicz, exclusive promoter of David Benavidez, confirming that David Benavidez will continue his career as a light heavyweight. He is confirmed as the WBC 175 interim champion and is the mandatory contender for the winner, Beterbiev versus Bivol. Moreover, Benavidez has shared his desire to share Canelo's biggest challenger. David appeared in a show where he revealed the possibilities of his fight with Bud Crawford at 168. Despite the major size difference, David expressed his desire to avenge his brother in a pro fight against Crawford.
Do you feel like, let me get vengeance from my brother?
I've been wanting to get,
this
I would love to get it. I just don't think it would come up. Well, I mean, I'm not even at 168 no more.
Right.
But I mean, I would love to fight Crawford, or even spar. I would love to spar Crawford.
At this time, Benavidez is locked in completely in the training camp. He won his first debut fight at 168 and is preparing for even bigger challenges. After earning the interim champion status by beating Oleksandr Gvozdyk, he can fight with anybody in the division. Hence, he will be fighting against the winner of Bivol and Beterbiev. At this point, he is looking like a big heavyweight. Can you guess his current weight in the following clip? Benavidez has a guaranteed title shot against the Beterbiev-Bivol winner at some point, and there's a lot of time in that event. However, if Benavidez were to fight the Cuban talent David Morrell, he'd be putting that enormous payday at risk. A loss will throw him far from the light heavyweight crown. Boxing pundits suggest that if Benavidez loses to Morrell, he could say bye-bye to the undisputed fight against Beterbiev or Bivol. Instead, it would be Morrell who would get all the glory and cash, whereas Benavidez would be put away from the scene. This news has upset many fans who are taking it as ducking of the talented Cuban Morrell. Morrell has been calling out for 2 years with no success. And lastly, Jessie Hart has opened another Pandora's box in this discussion. The young fighter has marked the news of his fight with the Mexican Monster as fake. In a tweet that is deleted now, he wrote, "I don't know nothing about fighting with David Benavidez. I haven't spoken to anyone involving details about us fighting. I don't know where y'all getting this narrative."
Fake news. I don't know nothing about fighting David Benavidez. I haven't spoken to anybody involved in details about us fighting. I don't know where y'all getting this narrative. Well, first of all, this ain't no narrative. And the news came from David Benavidez himself.
However, Hart deleted this post after he realized the things. The problem with this fight is that it's a complete mismatch. Benavidez is much bigger, and this fight would most likely end up like a one-sided snooze fest. Moreover, Jessie Hart hasn't fought in 3 years, man. So, once again, Benavidez is choosing a guy with no belt around his chest. This is what Canelo has been saying for last 3 years. The fight with Hart is a big letdown for fans who had hoped that Benavidez would step up in competition by facing Morrell rather than another average fighter. Even though the 35-year-old Hart is ranked 3rd in WBO, there is nothing else that he brings to the table. So, what do you say? Will you PPV for this kind of fight? Tell us in the comments, and please like and share this video. For more amazing content like this, please subscribe to our channel. See you soon.